Hey guys, it's Drek, and I'm doing a summer review of this Super Soaker that I saw. I was just going through a toy store and I saw it, and it looks like it's part of their new line because it's dated like it might be part of their new line. Of course, if now that I've said that, it's probably been out for a year and everybody's already done this, but I thought it was neat, so I was going to give it a try and a review and let you know if this was a cool Super Soaker for the blaster, and then we can talk about if it has any mod potential anywhere in its shell. It no longer seems that they are doing the in-strike barrel and stock attachments, which is kind of a shame, but this is neat. It looks a little bit like it's using that zombie strike crossbow kind of body type shell slash whatever, and I think that it's neat, and it's neat enough that I think it merits a review. And if you don't like Super Soaker reviews, then you don't have to watch it, no big deal. But it says that it's got a 40 fluid ounce capacity and that it's got a range of 38 feet. Most of the time those are very accurate. It's not like dart blasters where there are a ton of different factors, like there's so much pressure and so much capacity, and it usually is what it is. Looks like deploys arms for 3 streams of soakage. The box is large, and because the box is so large, it seems like the blaster itself should be of a reasonable size. So let's just get in here and see what we've got. I might need that again. So right out of the box we have a cardboard insert which falls off. Cool. The blaster itself says stop, see instructions before playing for the first time. Well, we've made that mistake in the past, so I guess we'll look at those. Before first use, slide switch forward and hold it in place manually, open arms, release switch, and close arms. What switch? Okay, there's a switch on the side of the blaster. Then fill with clean water, we brought that, and then close crossbow arms and pump to fire. Slide switch open to open crossbow arms, pump to fire. So I wonder if it'll fire out to the sides if the blaster is kind of in its closed arm position, or if it's got a valve where it'll only fire outward if these are open. So we will remove this sticker. It said push switch forward, open arms manually, then pull switch back. So I guess that's like priming them so that now they can release, and it looks like they do. So you can just close them, and then every time you push the switch forward they will fly open. Alright, awesome. We have a screw top cap with their retainer, which is great. Putting the retainers on these Super Soakers is one of the smartest things that Nerf did when they acquired the Super Soaker brand. They might have been doing it before, but I think it's really innovative, because when you can only lose one piece on something that's essentially just a beater blaster that you're running around with, you tend to lose that one piece, and if it's part of your pressure valve, it can be a real issue. So 40 fluid ounces of water is a lot, and there we go. I'd rather overfill it and dump some out than not fill it all the way. Okay, so it looks like there's a release valve here of some sort, and I'm sure that there's one built into the pump. You could always plug that for better performance. There is not a trigger. That's actually my least favorite kind of Super Soaker. It means that it's going to have a plunger that it fills when you pull out, and you can hear it on the video, hopefully. Fill that plunger, and then when you push it back it should fire, but not the first time because it's still filling. Okay, so powerful stream, plenty of range. That plant is probably a good 30 feet away, and firing from shoulder length, I hit the plant with my furthest shooting stream, so 38 might be a little bit ambitious, but I'm not angling it. If I angle it, oh yeah, so we're watering the plant, no worries. Pushing the switch forward is comfortable, and then we are firing a triple stream, which is kind of neat. And then pulling them back in, we can fire with just 2, which would conserve our ammunition. but you're getting your best ranges easily when you're using it as a single fire piston. The diameter for this is small, which is how we're getting those ranges. Nerf has started doing a lot where they will let you cycle through a lot of the different blasters, like the Tri-Strike and such, where you can get different ranges and different stream spreads. But in this one, you get your different firing mode by popping out these. I wonder if it'll fire these if you prime into the piston and then, yep. So it's just these are active when they're out and not when they're not, which is kind of cool. The profile for the blaster is comfortable. I will admit that I am reasonably tall and it's kind of small for me. When I shoulder it, it's really tight on my body, and Super Soakers are so ridiculous anyway that I'd rather it have like more stock and more capacity. But it's important to remember when you're dealing with water blasters that every fluid ounce of capacity that you add is a reasonable amount of weight, and the smaller children, which is usually the target demographic for a blaster like this, can't lift that much. So back when Super Soaker was owned by Laramie and they were making the insane CPS blasters, children couldn't play with those, and they damn sure couldn't wear like a backpack or anything. Whoa! I have an ant on me. But that is my review of the Super Soaker Tri-Strike Crossbow. I think that it's sweet. I like that the paint job is super vibrant and colorful, and that it's obvious that this is a toy because you might be playing with it at your local pool, you might be playing with it in your backyard with your siblings. But I think that this is probably the best of the line that I've seen on the shelves. I like it way more than the heavy set blaster that has the rotating thing through. I think they're on the back here. More than the Barrage, I like it more than the Hydrostorm because there are so many things similar to the Hydrostorm. The Hydrostorm is basically a toned down version of this, I think, and then the Double Drench seems like a mandatory have-to-have 2 barrels version of this, but they all don't have triggers, so they're all kind of plunger based. So I like the old school blasters where they have pressure and a pump, so I think that this is the best of this line right now, but I don't think much of this line in general. So if you need a Super Soaker for the summer, for a club or activities or whatever it is that you're doing, I suggest this one because I think it's the most versatile. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.